Hello everybody and welcome. We are the Cash and Coin crew and we are working our way through our debt using a zero-based budget and the cash stuffing method. And today we are doing the, I almost want to say dreaded debt confession. We started our debt-free journey a year ago this month, so like at the end of October of 2023. And at that point in time, we had about 342,000, including our mortgage. And we had quite a few different accounts. Let me see if I can actually find it. Actually, I can't find my original debt confession, but it's fine. I think we had, I'll put a link in the description box to our original debt confession. I think we had 15 different accounts, if I'm not mistaken. So we were just spread thin. We honestly were. And we worked our butts off and we actually paid off a lot of debt. This year we paid off my van, my husband's commuter car, a personal loan that we had. I can't remember what else. There was quite a few things that we did pay off. But unfortunately, we also did get into some more debt, and I'm going to go through that. So the first two items of debt are actually something that we did have last year when I did this debt confession, but I didn't include them because at that point in time, we weren't getting charged interest, and I honestly don't know why. I guess I probably just didn't think about them. But now we are thinking about them because it's our cell phones through our cell phone provider. So we ended up buying cell phones last year because I was on a roller coaster ride and my cell phone fell out into like a lake that was under the roller coaster. So when we went in, the guy was like, hey, trade in my husband's cell phone and you get this huge discount towards a new phone, and the new phone will only be $3 a month. Like, I honestly feel like we got scammed because I think he was thinking that we owed money on our current phones and we did not. So he was just telling us how much more it would be per month and not that that's actually the payment for it. But we have our phones through Verizon and our bill just went up $10 a month. And this is like the second or third time it has gone up in the last like 2 years. And we're just done with it. So we want out of Verizon, which means we have to pay off our phones. So our first debt is my phone. And the balance currently is $473.28. And it does not have an interest rate. But we cannot switch phone providers until we pay this off. And then my husband's phone, we owe $559.92. Once again, there is no interest rate, but we really want to get those paid off so we can switch cell phone providers so we do not have to pay so much because Verizon is ridiculous. Sorry, all you Verizon lovers out there. The third thing we have is my PayPal. And if you've been around for a while, you know that I did pay this off before. My husband ended up using it to buy something for hunting, like a new scope. I honestly can't remember exactly what it was. It was more than one item. And I told him to use my PayPal because we had 6 months, we could pay it back interest free. So the current balance on it is $1,223.04. And currently the interest rate is 0, but it does have 28.99 if we go over the 6 months, which we won't. I've honestly never paid a penny of interest to PayPal. That's like the one credit card that I'm really good at paying it off before interest accrues, but that doesn't mean that it's okay to use it. So we definitely want to get it paid off. The next thing we have is medical. And and I had quite a few medical expenses this year. I ended up in the ER after I had my baby twice because I had postpartum high blood pressure, and I ended up hospitalized as well. So I spent 3 days in the hospital. 3 days? 2 days? Anyways, I ended up having a hospital stay for my preeclampsia, and then I also had surgery in August. So we do have some medical debt that we are working on paying off, and the current balance of that is $1,599.73. And I am on a payment plan with this, and I think it should be paid off in the next like 8-ish months, 8 to 10 months. It has 0 interest, and it will remain to have 0 interest unless I stop making payments on it. But they come out automatically, so I'm not going to stop making payments on it. The next thing we have is my husband's dump trailer. And this was part of our original debt confession, I believe. I think. Now that I say that, I'm not entirely sure. But we currently owe $5,750.62. And the interest rate on this is 10.49. And a lot of these things that we have on here, a lot of these later loans are really high interest rates because we got them in the last year when interest rates were on the rise. So even though me and my husband have excellent credit, interest rates just suck right now. And so a lot of these are going to be like shocking interest rates, and it's just because we got them when we did. Because I think we bought this trailer a year ago, which interest rates were stupid high then. The next thing we have, and this is the hardest one for me, is my Chase credit card. And I paid this one off last year, and it is no longer even close to paid off, guys. No longer even close. So we currently owe $6,395.59, which makes me sick. And the interest rate is 26.99%. There's a lot of huge things on here, like something for a vehicle. I think we put tires, like over $1,000 worth of tires onto this card. When we registered the trailer, we put it onto this card, which was like $1,000. Like there's a lot of really big things on here, but there's also a lot of really small things, which has just driven it up and up and up and up. And we've just got to get back on top of it. So we are just, essentially, this is us starting over. This is us starting the snowball method all over again so we can get rid of this because it is insane. And this credit card, the amount that I'm allowed to spend on it is $17,100. So I'm not even halfway through it, but this is a ridiculous amount of credit card debt. It really is. Like, it makes me sick to even think about it. And I have been making payments every single check that my husband has, but it feels like we end up using it and we shouldn't. So it's definitely going to go on our safe because we can't keep spending on it. Clearly, we've shown that we do not have enough self-control to continue to have this credit card with us. The next thing we have is my husband's truck. And we currently owe $7,810.60. And the interest rate on this is 6.74. And once again, we bought this when interest rates were on the rise. Luckily before they hit peak, but they were definitely on the rise. And so we did not get a great interest rate. This one is a new one, and it's a lot. So we ended up buying a skid steer. We have 3 properties. If you aren't aware, or if you're new here, we own 2 rental properties, which we own outright. We do not have mortgages on them. But they need a lot of yard work done. and so does the current house that we are in. And so we ended up buying a skid steer on auction, and what we currently owe on it is $15,516.32, which is more than we've paid for almost every single vehicle we've ever owned. So we have got to get that paid down. And the interest rate, once again, because we bought it in July when interest rates were crazy high, is 13.5. So it's basically, we bought the skid steer on a credit card, and it's insane. So we are really hoping to be able to plow through a lot of these smaller things to be able to start knocking some of these bigger things out, because the payments and the interest is just ridiculous. And the last thing, which is kind of controversial because a lot of people do not include their home, but we do, is our house. And we currently owe $298,799.62. So we broke under the 300,000, which is awesome. So we're still paying most of our monthly payment to interest every month, but it's getting better. It's getting a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and add these all up. I might speed you guys through it just because calculators and me on camera don't get along great. So I'm going to speed you guys through this. So total in debt right now, we have $338,129.03. So we have a long way to go. And we honestly are starting over. And I know this looks like a lot, and it is, it really is, but not really, but we are, I would say, a relatively high income family. So it's not like this is killing us every single month, but we would definitely like to be able to invest our money elsewhere other than paying interest, which currently is what we're doing. And it feels like all of our money is going to paying these bills. And we're just done with that. We want to have our money for ourselves and not be paying somebody else. So we are going to work really hard to get this all paid off. We are hoping to have both of these phones paid off by December. So I'm going to try to start doing a monthly debt confession just so we can see our progress. But I have 5 little kids and filming is hard. Like currently my husband took all of our 5 kids to the park so that I could have a few minutes just to film some videos. So I'm not sure if I will have the time to be able to film a debt confession every month, but I'd really like to. I know when I did it in the past, it really helped me stay focused and stay on track, which was the initial point of this entire channel, was to have that motivation to stay on track. So this is where we're at 1 year into our debt journey, and we've only paid off like $4,000. But I know it's going to get better. We're determined for this to be better. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I really hope you will consider hitting that subscribe button and sticking around to watch this journey that we are on. It really means a lot to me. I am so close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. So if you guys will consider hitting that subscribe button, I would love and appreciate that. And I really appreciate you guys being here, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.